Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 91 of my Harvest Moon Back to Nature slow playthrough. So we are starting on day 6 of fall, year 3. This is of course our final fall of the playthrough. So let's start with our regular morning routine. And as always, we are going to be doing 5 days in this episode, so 6 through to 10. So it's going to be raining tomorrow, so we better get the horse into the stable. But with that, let's head outside. There is also a festival in this part, perhaps a birthday, I can't quite remember. And we have a long day ahead of us because all of our spinach has grown in. The day before it's going to be raining. Typical, eh? But with that, nothing has grown in the hothouse. There's going to be a big speed up here, I would say. Sort out the chickens. And hopefully you guys, I mean, it's part 91, so if you've been here for a while, then you'll know what I'm about to say. But hopefully you guys are okay with the speed ups. There's going to be a little bit more as we sort of reach the end here. Because, of course, a lot of this you've seen a million times before. But we're going to do something we haven't done in a little while, which is give an egg to the Harvest Goddess. And, of course, we are playing fall in this game. It is fall in real life, autumn in real life, but closer to winter, I would say. Have you had any snow? So we have had snow here. I'm going to do the long task now of shipping all of the spinach. This is, of course, sped up. You will see how long this takes. But have you had snow? I feel like I haven't seen snow in ages, but yes, we finally have a little bit of snow. Never really settles around here, though. But what I find pretty cool is that we're a little bit behind when it comes to Harvest Moon and the real world seasons. But we're pretty close together. I'm glad we're not playing summer when it's December, put it that way. I don't know, it makes me a little heart happy. As you can see, this is taking absolutely ages. Did I forget once again about using the harvest basket? I did, yeah, I did. Do I always forget about that blooming basket? Yeah. But yes, there's quite a lot of speed up in this episode because, slight spoiler alert, we end up doing a lot of fishing as well to try and hit that 200 fish shipped goal. Which I think will get done, but my goodness is it a slog because I left it so long. So with that, we are going to put the horse in the stable. And we've got so much spinach to ship, it's unbelievable. But we should have now hit the 200 spinach shipped. Again, not that that is a requirement in the game, just something I put on myself. The 200 fish shipped, well, the 200 fish shipped is sort of a requirement in the game though, if you want to 100% it for those fish prints. Which again, I'm not sure if we'll finish by the time the playthrough ends because I should have started with them a lot earlier. Now you can see the time, we haven't taken care of the cows or the sheep yet. We've barely left the farm, and all we're doing is grabbing this spinach. Popeye would be absolutely loving this. I personally cannot stand spinach. I've always struggled with anemia, and at one point the doctors tried to put me on a spinach diet when I was about 12, I think? 12 or 13, around there. My goodness, absolutely not. Can't stand it. So with that, we have finally done all of the spinach, and now we have to move straight on to the barn. Bless you all. It's 20 past 10 at night, and you're all getting fed. I'm so sorry. It's a good job it doesn't make too much of a difference in this game, but how sad is that? But as you can see, day 6 has just been pretty much a fully sped up day. But I've made the decision to not plant any more crops on the farm. So that spinach would have been the last crops you see on the farm for this playthrough, I believe. So we have officially finished with planting crops, minus the crops in the hothouse. That frees us up to do more things. Obviously, in winter, we can't plant any crops anyway. And we don't need the money. We've definitely hit over 200 crops shipped for almost everything, I think. The things that we haven't hit are in the hothouse currently. So I don't think we're going to need to do any more on the farm, with crops. We'll do a bit of fishing while we're here. Now, it's unfortunate that it's raining when we are not going to be planting any crops. However, the rain is good for fishing. Now we're going to pop in, and we have just shipped some more fish. Let's go ahead and put this rubbish in the cabinet for now. And then, of course, we do need to make a warm milk. And it just so happens that we've got golden milk for that, because I wasn't really keeping track. We'll just pretend it's like vanilla milk or something, I don't know. Golden milk would probably be caramel, right? Hot caramel milk, I'm not sure about that though. So I have to try cooking something new because we've never made the hot milk with gold milk. So let's get that in the fridge. I was checking if the hot milk said anything different being made with golden milk, but it doesn't. So in it goes, and with that we are going to finish day 6 and move swiftly on to day 7 at 2 in the morning, may I add, 2 in the morning. But for some miracle, or by some miracle, we didn't oversleep. So we are now on day 7, and yes, after all that work yesterday, we didn't oversleep, which is a little bit strange, but there you go. So let's check the weather tomorrow. It is, of course, raining today. It is raining again tomorrow. Oh dear. Sounds like real life. So let's head out. Nothing in the postbox as per usual. We're going to go straight to Binky the horse, I think, and check on him. I also need to make sure that I remember to cut all the grass before winter as well. Although I don't think we're doing too badly with feed. So big speed up here while we take care of the cows and sheep. We do have some wool, which is nice. We do have to stop shearing wool a little bit later because there is the sheep festival, of course. But we only need to stop shearing the wool of the sheep that we're going to enter, obviously. But that's something I do not want to forget to do. So I think we're missing a few animals, so we're just going to go back round and see if we can find them. With that, let's feed everybody. I don't think I did find the animal that I needed to find, unfortunately. But it doesn't really matter too much. So with that, let's head out. And I have chose to speed this bit up. We're just going to make the hot milk again. Pop that in the fridge. Next, we're going to head into the hothouse. Nothing has grown in. just yet. Gather everything, feed the fish, and into the chicken coop. So again, another big speed up here. And as you can see, for the sake of time, I have mentioned it before, I am just shipping the eggs as they are instead of making them into mayonnaise. So next we're going to go and see if anything needs repairing on the fence. I did accidentally break a perfectly reasonable fence post. There was nothing wrong with it. Never mind, we have enough wood. So with that, we are going to grab the rubbish out of the cabinet as well and head out onto the beach, I think. Now, I do quite a bit of fishing on the beach, which I, of course, will speed up. But I actually found that the better areas for fishing, if you just want to get as many fish as possible to ship, are the rivers. And the lake is actually very good as well, Mother's Hill Lake. I find that that is better than the beach. Maybe just littered there by accident. Missed the bin completely. Oh dear. So we are going to head down to the beach, but as you will see in this episode, I feel like it is more beneficial to fish in the lake and the rivers. We just missed Greg there. It's a big speed up while we do a lot of fishing, so apologies if it's a little bit boring. We do really need to push to get 200 fish shipped, so a lot of fishing does happen. And as I've said, I assumed it would be easier or more beneficial to fish at the beach, but it's actually not. So I believe we get nothing but rubbish here. So let's go and check. Yeah, we've got nothing but rubbish. Not one single solitary fish. But we're going to keep going and see how we do. But I find out a little bit later that it's more beneficial to do the rivers and the lakes. So you'll see that during this episode. But it's strange because I always thought it was better to fish at the beach. Turns out it's not. So we go again, and I think we've got, yeah, nothing but rubbish again. So we're going to give it one more go down at the beach. As you can see, we are spending a lot of time doing this. And I think it ends up being a colossal waste of time. No, I think we did just get one fish there. But one fish from 3 trips is, yeah, a little bit of a waste of time, isn't it? Yeah, one fish. So with that, we are going to head back to the farm. But I think I do stop and fish near the poultry farm. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I end up stopping and fishing here on this bridge. And this proves to be a little bit more beneficial. So we had one fish from the beach. Let's see how many fish we end up getting from here. I feel like we get at least a couple more. Yeah. So I think we've ended up with 3 fish to ship. And I am trying to ship at least 5 a day. But of course our supplies in the pond are running out. So let's go grab 2 more from the pond. And once again, apologies if you can hear any background noise. That would be my bunny rabbit, as per usual. So we've got quite a few logs to break and 2 bones that we'll have to shove in the cupboard. So with that, let's head into the house. 1:20 again. Our man is working really hard this episode. We'll just pop those fish bones into the cupboard. And with that, we will grab the dog and move swiftly on to day 8. Again, of fall/autumn. In we go. So here we are on day 8, and miraculously we didn't oversleep again. Can't believe it. So the normal, usual morning routine here. In which I completely messed it up, of course. to check the weather. It's going to be nice and sunny tomorrow. I don't think we needed to check the weather because I think it is actually a festival day tomorrow. So let's have a look. Yep, so tomorrow the Harvest Festival will be held in the square in the morning. Bring food to throw in the pot. So we don't actually have any crops spare at the moment, so I need to figure out what food we're going to throw in the pot. And here's the mayor coming to tell us about the Harvest Festival as well. In the rain, bless him. Hello, John. Hello. The villagers are getting together tomorrow for the Harvest Festival at 10 a.m. Everyone brings ingredients and we cook up a big pot of food. I would love that. Please bring something delicious to add to the hot pot. See you tomorrow. So I've always wanted to do, is it like a potluck? I've never done anything like that and I'd love to do something like that. But we'll see what we end up putting in the pot tomorrow. But for now, another rainy day. Let's see what we get on with in the farm. In the farm? On the farm? At the farm? So here we go with the speed up. Taking care of all of the animals, of course. We've got a lot of wool, which is good. Again, I have a feeling we're not going to reach that 200 shipped goal when it comes to the wool and the yarn, but that's okay. It's not exactly necessary. So hopefully we managed to say hello to everybody today, because I think we did miss one animal out yesterday that I couldn't find. We're just shipping the wool as it is for now. And with that we are still missing a few animals. And there we go, we've said hello to everybody, so let's feed everyone. They're getting fed quite a bit earlier today, which is good. So let's head out. We're going to make this warm milk again, or hot milk. Again, I don't mind having these bits sped up, because you've seen this a million times. And we are just looking through the fridge to see if there's anything we can take to the Harvest Festival. And we are going to take a piece of bread. So we're going to throw some bread into the hot pot. I think the bread would be better on the side, I'm not going to lie. So we're just going to pretend that we're eating bread on the side with the hot pot there. But of course, the game is going to make us throw it into the pot. But I thought something savoury would be a safer bet. Imagine throwing an apple in or something. I don't know. You can really throw anything in. I can't remember what we've done. I'm sure we've thrown an egg in the first year. I don't know what we threw in the second year, quite frankly. But with that, we are going to spend a lot of time fishing now. We have done everything on the farm. And again, a little bit repetitive. I mean, this game is, isn't it? But we do have a lot of fishing to do. So hopefully the rainy weather helps with that. So we've caught 2 fish there, which we're going to throw into the pond. We're going to grab out the items from the cabinet, and I think we are going to head back to the beach, but I just don't think the beach is as beneficial. But we shall wait and see. Hopefully we catch at least 1 fish. I think we caught 2 fish on the farm and we've put them in the pond for now. So let's see. We do definitely want to replenish the pond at one point as well. So let's see if we end up heading down to the beach. Yes, we are going to head to the beach. And here we go again. Lots more fishing. So it'd be nice if we could catch at least 3 fish, because we caught 2 fish earlier. No, we've decided we're not going to fish on the beach and we are going to fish here instead, which I do think is a better shout. Particularly because we only need small fish as we're only shipping them. We don't need large fish. You, of course, can't get large fish in the ponds, in the rivers or the pond. You can only catch large fish on the beach, I believe. Well, we decided to gather some stuff while we were here. And unfortunately, no fish caught at all, which is a little bit annoying. And we did end up just throwing that rubbish there. So what we're going to do now is head up to the pond, Mother's Hill Lake, sorry, and see how we get on here at the lake. And if memory serves, I think it was quite successful. So let's have a look. Remember, we caught 2 fish this morning, but we haven't shipped them yet. How many fish did we catch at the lake? Look at that. 5. So definitely more successful. So we're going to ship all 5 of those, which means that we have got 2 extra fish in the pond. And again, 10 to 2 in the morning. Our poor man is just soaked to the bone, spending every waking moment fishing. Bless him. But with that, we are going to head to bed and move on to day 9, which is, of course, the Harvest Festival. Our final Harvest Festival of this playthrough. So here we are at day 9, and miraculously didn't oversleep again, which is good. So let's grab the hot milk. We should probably check our child's heart level at one point. I think their heart level should be pretty high, considering we're giving them hot milk every day. Don't give a baby hot milk, by the way. Don't be doing that. Not even tested it on the wrist. Tell you what, terrible father. So let's go ahead and check the weather for tomorrow. And is it going to be raining again? It is. Very rainy episode. But good for fishing. So let's head out. Of course, it is again the Harvest Festival today, but we do have to do our farm work first. We haven't got the bread on us just yet either. But what we're going to do instead is going to be a bit of a speed up here. We are going to go ahead and do some fishing before we do anything else. So let's head up to Mother's Hill Lake and brush the lake, you know, for good luck, and then we'll get some fishing done. Obviously, we can't be up here too long because we don't want to miss the festival. So let's see how many fish we ended up with there. We'll head into the chicken coop. I don't know, so I think 3. It looked like we had 3 fish to ship there, but it went a little bit too fast. 3 fish is still good. I'm still happy with that. And I do have our running total, actually, so I should probably tell you that. Give me 1 second. We've just took 2 fish out of the pond, so we are going to be shipping 5 fish today. Nothing has grown in the hothouse, but I'm just going to grab my notebook and we'll see what the running total of fish shipped is. So I've just checked. Obviously, we do have 1 more day of this episode left, so whatever fish we get tomorrow. The running total is 135 fish shipped. Why do I find that so hard to say? 135 fish shipped since I started counting. So we may have shipped a little bit more than that during this playthrough, but 135 since I started counting. We, of course, do need to ship 200. So whether we are going to get that fish print or not, I'm really not sure, because that's still quite a way to go. Hopefully we should. We should. But yes, 135 fish shipped since I started counting. So we're getting there slowly. Of course, that does include all of the fish that we may catch tomorrow in game. Goodness me, I can't speak today. So lots of wool there, which is nice. And unfortunately, we are still missing a few animals. But I think we're just going to continue on as we are. Which means losing food, evidently. And they've all sort of congregated around the edges, so it's really hard to manoeuvre today in the barn. But with that, we're going to head out. We still haven't... Yeah, we have. I was going to say we haven't taken care of the chickens. We have. We've done everything on the farm now. Never mind. Yes, we have. So let's go ahead and make this hot milk. This bit isn't sped up for some reason, but you've seen this a million times before. And I don't think the bin is in the square because of the Harvest Festival, so there's no point taking any of the rubbish today. But we do need to grab that bread out. So with that, let's head out to the festival. And of course, as per usual with the festivals, I am going to be as quiet as I possibly can, so you can enjoy the festival for what it is. So I won't be doing much talking from this point forward, at least until the festival is over. So enjoy our final Harvest Festival, and I will get back to you when it's finished. Some funny dialogue in this one. So with that, the festival is over. I hope you enjoyed our final Harvest Festival of the playthrough. Again, quite a funny one that. So it is 6 PM, let's head out. And I guess we're going to do more fishing. But yes, Karen always cracks me up at that festival. And it looks like we are going to head up to Mother's Hill. Yeah, of course I do speed up the journey getting up here. Let's do some fishing. And again, this counts towards the 135 fish shipped total. As does any fish we catch tomorrow, like I say. But this does seem to be the best place I've found to fish. So you will definitely see this spot more often during the next few episodes. But of course, this is only open until the end of autumn or fall, in which case, when it becomes winter, the lake does freeze over. There is a little place you can fish, though, I believe, in winter. I think I've shown that before. So I'm still not too worried. So with that, let's go ahead and sleep. Again, 20 to 2 in the morning. We didn't oversleep. We're here on our final day of this episode, which is day 10. Let's see what we end up getting up to today. And I do believe it is a birthday in-game, but I could be wrong. Let's wait and see. And once again, just to reiterate, if we don't manage to get all the fish prints by the end of the playthrough, I will be doing a bonus episode. So, it's nice and sunny tomorrow, but we won't see that until next week, of course. Let's head out and start our day. And of course, it is raining again. Good for fishing, but typical when we have no crops. Typical. So poor Binky's going to have to stay in the stable again today, unfortunately. But with that, let's take care of the cows and the sheep. We do have a little bit more wool, which is good. No, I don't think we ended up saving any milk today, no. So we won't be making any hot milk today, but that's okay. We are quite far ahead on that, so it's not really a problem if we miss a few days. So with that, let's head out. Move to the hothouse. Nothing has grown in just yet either, but it looks like it won't be too long. And I think once we've shipped 200 of everything, we'll probably grow pineapples in the hothouse. We'll have to wait and see on that one. So with that, we'll ship all the eggs, and that is everything done on the farm today. So we had... Oh no, we're just going to fix the fence posts. Let's go ahead and do that now. And then we are heading out, because again, I do think it is a birthday today. So I believe it is a Harvest Sprite's birthday today, so you know what that means. I'm going to go out and grab some flour from the shop. So let's go ahead and grab that. We'll wrap it as well. And here we go. So I believe it is Hoggy's birthday today. So this is the last time we will be giving Hoggy a birthday present. So Hoggy is the yellow Harvest Sprite. Yes. I do know it's your birthday. So with that, let's head out. I wonder if we're going to go back to the beach or back to the lake. I don't know. Let's see what we end up doing. It's only 10 to 10 in game, which is quite good. So it looks like we're skipping the beach. So let's see where we end up going instead. Harry's there doing his patrol round. So we're skipping the river. I'm assuming we are going to head to Mother's Hill Lake. But let's see. Yes, we are. So fingers crossed we catch some more fish today. As I say, the running total is 135 fish shipped at the moment, but it could be a little bit higher based on if I shipped any fish before I started counting. I presume I did. So another full day of fishing it is. Again, I hope you don't mind these parts being sped up, but you can imagine how long the episode would be if I didn't. Actually, I can tell you. So before I started editing this episode, it was just under 2 hours long. Yeah. I don't think you want to be here for 2 hours per episode. But we are catching lots of fish here, which is really, really good. So we'll definitely be coming back and fishing here a little bit more. So it is currently the 10th in game. So if my maths is correct, at the rate we're going, let's say we ship 5 fish a day, we should have shipped 200 fish by the 23rd of fall in game. So we may get those fish prints done. We may do it. But with that, we are going to head into the house. It is now 10 p.m. and that is the end of this week's episode. So thank you very much for watching. Your support means the world as always. And until next week, bye Embers.